There was a second attempt on the life of former President Donald Trump today.
All right, 1:30 this afternoon. Call came out, shots fired. That was called in by the Secret Service. Because we're in constant contact with them all the time, we were notified of that, and we had units here that immediately sealed off the area. Fortunately, we were able to locate a witness that came to us and said, hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes. He jumped into a black Nissan, and I took a picture of the vehicle and the tag, which was great. So we had that information. Our real-time crime center put it out to the license plate readers. And we were able to get a hit on that vehicle on I-95 as it was headed into Martin County. We got a hold of Martin County Sheriff's Office, alerted them, and they spotted the vehicle and pulled it over and detained the guy. After that, we took the the witness that witnessed the incident, flew him up there, and he identified as the person that he saw running out of the bushes and jumped into the car. Now, in the bushes where this guy was is a AK-47 style rifle with a scope, 2 backpacks which were hung on the fence that had ceramic tile in them, and a GoPro, which he was going to take pictures of. So those are being processed right now. The Secret Service agent that was on the course did a fantastic job. What they do is they have an agent that jumps one hole ahead of time to where the president was at. And he was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off. So that's what we know about the investigation. We have somebody in custody right now that is a potential suspect. We got a little bit more work to do on it, but as we usually do, as soon as we decide that we're going to book him into the county jail and the charges that he's going to be booked into, we'll get those to you and we'll get a picture of him and we'll get you his background. So now I'm going to turn it over to the representative of the Secret Service, and he's going to make a brief statement.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I first want to thank all of our law enforcement partners, to include the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office and the Martin County Sheriff's Office, for their involvement today. Former President Donald Trump is safe and unharmed following a protective incident shortly before 2 p.m. on Sunday at Trump International Golf Club at West Palm Beach. The U.S. Secret Service personnel opened fire on a gunman located near the property line, and this matter is under investigation. I'll turn it over to my partner.
If I was Donald Trump, I'd be thinking real hard about what I'm doing. And when I say that, I don't mean he needs to think about his words. Now, I'm not one of those people that's in that chorus. That's the mainstream nonsense. The man who shot at Donald Trump was not Haitian, nor was he Venezuelan. So now you want to tell me random white guys are so mad at him for calling out what is he expecting or suspecting going on in Springfield, that they're going to come at him? Is that what you're telling me? Nah, that don't make sense. Okay. So when I say if I was Donald Trump, I'd be thinking real long and hard about what I was doing. I mean about being in this damn race, because that's 2. That's 2. I don't know how the hell he got 2 warnings. That right there in itself, man, I'm like, that is, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth it at this point, man. This ungrateful country, I mean, if you're trying to do it for the country, if you're doing it for the gram, that don't make sense. I know I got people saying he's such a narcissist. I'm trying to keep all these thoughts in their heads now, because we got these people that have been saying for 10 years, Trump don't care about America. Trump does this all for ego. I'm really trying to understand, is there any grace at all allowed for a person, even if you disagree with him politically? Can you have a little bit of grace for a brother, for a person, for a human being that someone tried to kill twice, different someones? Because if you hear the mainstream media talk about it, this is all his own fault. Yeah. If only Trump would tone down the rhetoric. Yeah, Trump, if you'd only tone down the rhetoric, people would stop trying to commit first-degree murder against you. I don't know if people think about how they sound when they say what they say. Let me get this right. It's Trump's fault that people tried to kill him, who he didn't know. Damn, Johnson, he does seem like, I know there was some talk about Donald Trump thought he would get black votes because he had some felony charges. Hell, he might get some black votes because people think he's black in general. I mean, they treat him like a rapper. You mean so for his lyrics, his rap lyrics? Yeah, those people that try to do that are still wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like if, whoever killed Tupac should go to jail forever. Like, that's still wrong. We still wish Tupac was here. I'm just saying, guys, when is the hypocrisy with the Democratic Party going to end? I mean, think about what they're saying. They blaming him for words, and they're trying to kill him. People are trying to kill him, and because the Democratic Party is so diabolical, they want power so badly, they want to blame, I'm sorry, Joy Reid, Don Lemon, all you sycophants for the Democratic Party. He's the victim. I know it's in bad timing for you because Lucifer's not supposed to be a victim. It's supposed to be the rest of the planet. All angels are supposed to be the victims. I understand that, the Antichrist is not supposed to be a victim. So this does not fit the narrative that has been spun for the last almost a decade. But what I'm telling you is I'm just calling it like I see it. If Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, right? Why is he the one with all the death threats? I thought he was the threat to life on the planet. I thought he was the one that was, an existential threat. Folks, if there'd have been one attempt on Biden or one attempt on VP Harris, and I don't even like saying that because I don't like putting that into the ether, but I mean, since they talk about Trump like his life don't matter, like he don't have grandkids, like nobody loves him, they talk about him like he's disposable. He wasn't disposable when he was given to those campaigns, though. Before he ran for president, when he used to just donate to the Democrats and Republicans, wasn't disposable then. It's a pity that you can't even say, hey, this guy's, someone's trying to kill him, and not be called a Trump supporter for saying it. That's how low America is. That's how low it is. That's how hypocritical the so-called liberal party is. Are we wrapping our heads around this, man? What's going on here? We got literal war. We got presidents, literal war criminals. We got a literal war criminal in the name of Joe Biden in office right now, who's funding what we consider, what many consider, what I consider, a genocide. Nobody's wishing, well, I guess nothing's happening to him. Him fine. He good. His vice presidential running mate, who is now the nominee for the Democratic Party, she good. Signed off on everything in the office when all the decisions are made. Wants credit for everything that's been done, wouldn't have done a different thing at all. Hasn't gone on the record and said she would have done anything different. and they're safe as can be. But you want me to think Trump is doing this to himself. It couldn't be the demonization of this guy for the last decade. That couldn't be it. Here goes the vice presidential running mate for the Democratic Party, Tim Walz. A lot of people saw this clip, but they didn't really listen to what Tim Walz said because Trump's life doesn't matter. You can say whatever you want to Trump, but if he says something back, then we need to have meetings. We need to have a sit down. We need to talk. We need to all have a discussion if Trump says something. But if they say something, it's fine. Listen closely to Tim Walz.
Just weird. That's who they are. So it isn't much else. Don't give them the power. Look, are they a threat to democracy? Yes. Are they going to take our rights away? Yes. Are they going to put people's lives in danger? Yes.
Listen to this guy. This was 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the first attempt on Trump's life. Good old Tim Walz. Everybody loves Tim. Well, not everybody. But a lot of people love Tim. They only voted for Kamala because of Tim, a lot of them. Because they need an excuse. Keep the numbers up. Can't go voting for Trump. He's the Antichrist. Can't go voting for Jill Stein or Dr. Cornel West or Claudia De La Cruz or RFK Jr. right in or whatever. Can't do that. Can't sit it out. Got to choose somebody. So they're going with Tim Walz. And Tim Walz just said Donald Trump is an existential threat, a threat to democracy, and it is endangering our lives. And that wasn't before the first attempt. That was after the first attempt. Nothing wrong, right? Tim. You don't think people hear him when he says this? You don't think people are hearing it? You don't think the cumulative effect of every news organization, except for maybe 3, when I say organizations, we don't have that many news organizations. What I mean is channels, access points to news. So pretty much every piece of corporate and liberal news has been trashing Trump for nearly a decade, saying similar stuff to this, like this. You don't think that's what caused it, huh? It's got to be he left the lid up on the toilet. He didn't put it down. That's what it was, Johnson. Yeah, I got you, man. I know it's hard to admit. Jasmine Crockett, Representative Jasmine Crockett, she said similar things.
I talk about the fact that when we swore in finally in January, that we swore to defend against those that are coming against us, whether they are domestic or international. And right now, I feel like MAGA in general, they are threats to us domestically. And we see it time and time again. And I think that's why you see so many national leaders, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, coming together to say there is only one person qualified to be the commander-in-chief, and that is Kamala.
Yeah, threats to democracy. She just said this one. And then a day later, Trump's life is almost taken again. Nothing to see here. Nothing to do here. Nothing. You know, I don't know, man. I was thinking about how if they say that you're not a human being, or if they say that your life has no value, it doesn't. If they say, I mean, they're not saying it, but they're saying it. They are saying it because they don't care. In fact, folks, when I was watching some of these channels react to it, it was like another day at the office. You know what I'm saying? It's like, they were reporting it like they were reporting the weather. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking about a nice weather day where they're kind of excited. There's a little bit of emotion you can see on their faces. Nah, you know, like, oh, it's going to be 85 degrees. It's going to be a sunny day. None of that. They were like almost deadpan, like, It looks like there's been an attack on Donald Trump a second time, assassin at the golf course. Really? Yeah. And it appears that they were able to apprehend him at someone grabbed a license plate number. Oh, really? Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So what's going on with Deion Sanders and that team, man? What's happening with the Colorados? Because I heard he's not doing so well. And do you think if what did you see that the latest episode of Bad Monkey? It's pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. Vince Vaughn was doing his best Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn was Vince Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, man, it was something else. Let's go check 50 Cent's timeline and see what he's talking about. That guy's hilarious. What I'm trying to tell you is that nobody really gave a damn. It was like no big deal. And I'm just trying to impress upon you how this is not normal. That if you don't give a damn, it worked. What I'm saying is the reaction to Donald Trump almost getting killed, almost being offed, not once, but twice, the lack of reaction to that it proves my point about corporate media. It proves my point about propaganda, because you're not supposed to be like, sometimes, being a president's a dangerous job. Being a president, yeah, it's tough. He's not even the president. I didn't even look this up. Somebody look up and fact check. When was the last time a former president had a death threat? I mean, usually, as far as I remember, it was all the sitting presidents that were the sitting ducks. Reagan was serving and was picked, there was a reason. Lincoln was serving. There was a reason. You know what I'm saying? This is, folks, there's a problem here. You have been mind controlled. I know, man. Trump is he's not a great messenger, you know what I'm saying, for this news. Because he's so, Trump, you know what I'm saying? I understand that part. You don't get to pick and choose. You do not get to pick and choose. This is the messenger. Do you get the message? The fact that you do not, if you're listening to this, you're like, Tim, hurry up and get on to the next one. You prove my point. You prove my point. Ta-da! Because this, folks, is not normal. Your reaction to this is not normal. The media reaction to this is not normal. The demonization of one guy for damn near a decade is not normal. Nothing that's happening here is what should be happening in a civil society where politics is not totally corrupt, where the media is not owned by a couple companies, and that where a political party doesn't have control of that media. This would not be happening if we had a just system, right? Because this is too off kilter in so many ways across the board. And the fact that people are okay with it. So this would be a mechanism for us to wake people up. And that's how I see everything that's been happening, man. When they go overboard with the fear mongering, this gives you an opportunity to step back and kind of just do a self-reflection. Do a reflection on our society and say, hey, you know what? Not for nothing, but we some sick puppies. And not for nothing, that news organization is some garbage. Is that news? That's propaganda. That's mind control. That right there, man. What's going on here? So if I was Donald Trump, I'd be thinking, I seriously thought, I said, you know what? If he just said bump it and left the country, I'd understand. Now, I got a feeling he's way too stubborn to do that, But I'm saying you got to make a decision. Are you willing to die for this? I personally don't think Trump's built like that. Well, that's his, but what am I going to say? I mean, if you want to assign all types of nefarious, bad intentions, self-preservation, and all this stuff, you can. But what I'm saying is, it's a conversation, because there were people saying the last one it was fake. Really, they faked it twice, huh? Boy, there's some brazen fakers, aren't they? Faked it again. This time we got a live guy. Oh, Epstein time. Right, to keep up with your narrative in your head? Because you got to explain why you don't feel shit. And it can't be because that party you've been voting for is garbage. It can't be because those newscasters that are paid multiple millions of dollars, I keep trying to tell you, they didn't give Don Lemon all that money to report the news. They gave Don Lemon all that money not to report the news. I keep telling you. Rachel Maddow gets all those millions of dollars to lie to you, not to tell you the truth. Telling the truth is free. This is the truth. That's why I don't pay nothing, because it's true. Lies cost money. Do you get it? Is that sinking in yet? I mean, look, man, if I can't affect change with new listeners, if this is the first time you coming across this podcast, know this, I am not a Trump supporter. I'm also not a Democrat supporter. We strive very hard here to be truth tellers, right? I ain't perfect. I hate the Democrats. Hate them with a passion. My people been giving them my votes 90 to 95% of the time for 70 years. So what we got to show for it? A puppet president who sold us up the river and bailed out Wall Street and forgot all about the hood. Now we got this Jamaican Indian woman that wants to be president, and people calling that like that's something for us. Well, she ain't never did nothing for us. We got a black woman on the Supreme Court. Oh, that's great. What's her vote mean? Nothing. Last time I checked, she was fighting a class action lawsuit for the damn farmers. Or for Lockheed Martin civil action suit or something. No one ever asked her about it. Asked her dumb stuff. Can you define a woman? You know she can't do that and still be a Democrat. Not allowed to believe your lying eyes. But besides all that. So yeah, I got a real problem with the Democratic Party. I should have a real problem with it. Anybody who doesn't ain't paying attention. Only time to give a damn about black men is when we did. And that's only if a cop killed us. Because if anybody else killed us, nothing to see here. And stop denying the truth. That's true. That's the truth. It don't matter who's saying it. We got to get out of blocking truth from our brains because the wrong person told you. If I tell you, hey, that dog is off the leash and it's biting mofos, you not liking me is not a reason to go back in your house. Not wanting to get bit should be a reason. That should be your primary motivation. Avoiding getting your ass bit. But nah, too many of us want to dismiss truth because they don't like who telling them. Or they don't like the way you told them. Oh, you ain't tell me the right way. You ain't rub me on my thigh and offer me a beer and tell me I was beautiful. Look at my eyes when you said that the DNC is corrupt. It just is, Johnson. Everybody not lying. I think people have gone so far with the lies and charades they bought in so long, when they do get a glimpse of something and it disturbs them, they got to push it down because they can't believe that. I mean, that would make them a bad person. It would make them, They say it's easier to fool a man than convince a man he's been fooled. So anyway, if you're new to the show, just have that in your back pocket. Just know that, okay? I'm not telling you this because I want you to vote for Trump. I'm telling you this because I want you to wake up. I want you to realize what's going on. I want you to think. Because we can't take back, we got two corrupt parties, man. First of all, two major corrupt parties. Okay? So let's just know that. Okay? And it's real good to say that. It's real easy to say that. Because when I'm talking to Trump supporters, they don't like Republican Party. Like 8 out of 10 Trump supporters don't like the Republicans. So they're not drinking Republican Party garbage. They would never support Mitch McConnell. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Ted Cruz isn't your nominee. Jeb Bush wasn't your nominee. And, that's why, because unlike the Democrat people, the vote blue anywho, Republicans rejected their liars. Well, the corporate ones, the RNC ones. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that way with the Democrats. The Democrats, they're still voting for their skin jobs. They're still voting for those extraterrestrials. They ain't seen the light. And they will be the first to look down their nose at you and say, you're destroying democracy. As if they have one. You haven't had a fair election in your primaries for, 3, 4 cycles? Goofy. What the hell you know about democracy? You can't even keep your damn polling stations open. Doing your own damn primaries. Who got in the primary boxes? The polling boxes, Goofy. You believe that? You believe that? Oh, it just things go wrong when it's time for elections. I don't know what happened. It was working fine. What? You mean to tell me you saw 3 boxes? You saw 3 boxes go jackpot within 10 minutes and you didn't know if something was going on? No, I didn't know anything was going on. Sometimes somebody got to win. No, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. You mean to tell me 3 machines went off inside of 10 minutes and you didn't know it was a setup? Hey, sometimes people got to win. Oh. Either you're in on it or you're too stupid to be here. Either way, you're out. That's what I want to say to some of y'all. Damn, I like when De Niro was such a damn Democratic shield. I like that movie, Casino. You firing me? Yeah, I'm firing you. You got to learn how to treat people. You're going to regret this. I'll regret it more if I don't do it. I don't know, this stuff locked in my head. I can remember these scripts, but I cannot remember other stuff. Like, where was I? Okay, here. So, back to where we're talking about Trump. Donald Trump almost lost his life today. And that's not okay. And it's not because you're a saint. It's because you don't want to be a part of a system. You don't feel safe in a system where that's what you do to political adversaries. You don't want to live in a country where they can't protect their former president. That's scary business. Understand? Make it about yourself. Be selfish if you gotta be. It's a shame. Think about your kids. You live in a country that is so jacked up, they can't even protect like 4 people with all the money they spend. You know how much money they spend on the security detail? Well, they did protect them this time. Like I said, the Secret Service were the only ones who, well, like they said, Secret Service was the only one that shot today. They shot at the perpetrator. They must have shot pretty good too. Well, nah, if they shot really good, he wouldn't be with us anymore, right? I can't wait till they talk to this guy. I know Alex Jones is having he's doing some big numbers right now. I might have to join him. Real talk, man. This is serious stuff, man. And I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. This is just what's happening. Yeah, I'm gonna take ownership, take that word over. Get rid of that word. Like y'all took over, well, not y'all, but the Republicans, the conservatives took over the word woke and made it something else when it doesn't mean, it never meant DEI. They used to have shirts, woke as AF, woke as AF. Can't even wear them no more. No, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean put tampons in boys' rooms. I didn't mean DEI. I didn't say men should play women's sports. That's not what I meant. I just meant wake up and pay attention, know what's going on. Stop being a damn fool. Can't even use it now. Been stolen. So anyway, I'm gonna steal the idea of a conspiracy theory. I'm just gonna call it shit that's happening. This is what's going on. Real life stuff. Yeah, we're gonna get off that term conspiracy theorist. Donald Trump. I just gotta say, man, this is serious. And maybe people that believe CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, maybe they should consider if they've been being lied to. Because how much of a threat is a guy who other people are trying to kill? In a regular world with regular logic, where people think about stuff and they figure things out for themselves without any outward influence, we think, hey, that's the guy who's trying to kill him. Oh, that's the threat. Who are his enemies? Those are the threats. Because those are the ones being violent towards him, Johnson. That's the other way. That's what we would do. I mean, unless he was running down the street with a machete. Unless he's like, and you can't blame it on immigration, because it's not immigration people. It's not migrants. And that goes for Trump and that goes to the Democrats, because they want to say, you put this on yourself. Really? Y'all sound bad, man. You sound like, next you're going to be like, so what was he wearing at the time this happened? Do you think he should be wearing that at the golf course? You're just inviting trouble. How long was his golf pants? Was he wearing that in public? Was something showing? What are you doing along with what are you doing at that hole by yourself? Well, he has a reputation. Yeah, I'd say he brought it on himself. That's how they sound right now, guys. That's how they sound. See, it sounds crazy when you do it the other way. Yeah, and that's coming from the party of wokeism. That's coming from the party of we want to be right and we got to get pronouns right. And kids and, we got to, we need to be nicer and kinder to each other, except for Trump. Fuck him. Him and all his supporters. What did Ellie Mistel on the Joy Readout show say just a couple days ago? Donald Trump is detestable. And the reason why his people vote for him is because they're detestable too. Yeah, that's what they said. Live TV, nothing happened. Nobody's sanctioned. No one showed up the next day like nothing happened. Hey, how you doing? Hi, I'm Joy Reid. Nothing happens. Oh, yeah, all these people are detestable. I'm not saying Fox News doesn't say things. But for some reason, nothing's happening to Democrats. Keep saying the Trump people are the Nazis, but the neo-Nazis, but they're the most nonviolent neo-Nazis I've seen in a long time. Like, I'm just saying, I'm just keeping score. That's all. I'm just writing down stuff. I'm just going, okay. First attempt, D. Republican 0. Second attempt, D. That's 2. Republican 0. I mean, I didn't do that well in math, but I can count to 2. And I can count to 0. and zeros the number of times Kamala had anything to worry about. But I bet if Trump would have walked over fast to her damn podium, people would be like, oh my God, he would look like he assaulted her the way he walked up to her podium in that debate, sir. How dare he walk up fast and stuck his hand out and said, Donald Trump. Oh, God. I had nightmares. I'm going to sue. I'm going to sue him. I've been able to sleep since. The trauma. Several areas of trauma, just reliving that, watching the fear on her face when 6'3" Donald Trump, 300 pounds. Like, no. I'm making light of that, but look, guys, this is serious business. I hope that some of you, and I know most of the people that watch my show, they know what time it is. They see that. You ain't got to like Trump to be able to see something. Yeah, you know, you might not even drink milk, but you can smell when that shit's off. Like, woo. Woo. And I want that. I ain't saying you got to drink the milk. You might want some, you know, some soy or some oat. I get it. Almond milk. Yeah, go for it. But what I'm saying is you don't have to like the milk to know it's off, to smell it. And all I'm saying is smell. Smell it. Smells like hypocrisy. That and gas. Boy, I'm crazy. I say anything. That's what Buck say. Loosen up, Tim. Say anything. I'm saying anything, Buck. It smells like somebody's been lying to the whole world. Anyway, yeah, Donald Trump. I'll be thinking real hard about what am I trying to save. First of all, what am I trying to make America what? Again, what? How about make America not try to kill you again? I don't know what you do. Guess you'd have to kiss the ring. Maybe because you said you wanted to end the fight in Ukraine. This guy's a big Ukraine head. He know he's good with Kamala. Kamala don't keep the Ukraine going. Shoot, she started 3 more Ukraines than she could. Her and Hillary. She Hillary with a tan and a coconut and some curry. Then we got Tim Walz quickly. He going to tweet out, me, I was just talking to my wife and it was just saying how, how we're really glad that Trump survived. So I was like, shut up. First response, like, shut up. You've been riling this up and talking evil about him since day one. You shut up. Eat something and choke on it. I was like, Jesus. Sunday. It's Sunday. Someone's got to take a case of the Trumpies. Someone sensitive. Wow. All right, guys.